So, episode 4, welcome back to Beans. Well, at the moment, at the end of the last episode, as we were aware, working conditions, not too good. Yes, I've got a trailer, but the trailer takes up an awful lot of space, which is the main issue here. So what we're going to do now, ideally, is I've got some security devices to go on the wheels, and a hitch lock. So hopefully I should be able to lock the secure it, and then I should be able to leave it outside without anyone nicking it, which is a fairly common thing. So yeah, that's what's going to happen now. And then we've got some goodies for this. Still don't have the engine mounts. I'm going to say later this week. I'm going to be wrong again. What's going to happen? We've got like 10 weeks remaining. Week 9, we're finally going to get the engine mounts. I think I'm just going to have to fabricate up my own ones, which I'm not the best at fabricating, but yeah, alright, well, let's get to it. So, with the proof that I am still learning and still an idiot, I dropped the car off the trailer. And we're very good. Pretty much, most trailers, you have nice little pins to stop the ramps from lifting up. And the MX5 is the perfect length for just as the rear wheels are getting off, the front ones are trying to come on. And as I pushed it over in the video, you see the car suddenly flops to one side. Thankfully, I don't think it was too bad. Literally, this was popped out like that. And it cranked. Where is it? There we go. So, all in all, it could have been a lot worse. And hopefully I don't make that mistake again. Or I will fix the trailer. But now, we have room to work, which means... Oh, I didn't bring the props in. Do I have a torch? Probably not. Anyway, back to working on this stupid thing. Which, yeah, race car. Get the prop and PPF, and hopefully all should be good. And we won't drop this. I mean, I might do. We'll see what happens. So, views under the car, not so good. So, we're in the car. And there is our FD prop that we have to modify. This week is mainly going to be the week of fabrications. The idea is, ideally, because as we've seen, the gearbox sits where the FD box would sit. I shouldn't need to modify this too much. All I should need to do is to chop the U-joint off and replace it with the MX5 spline section for the gearbox. Because these are the same teeth, same outer diameter, the inner diameter, slightly different, so it won't work. Which is why we need to modify. Other news, we've got some little brackets to hold our intercooler in, because it turns out we should probably do that. Might be a good idea, not sure yet. Oh yeah, also need to get the brake booster out, because we're replacing it with the competition brake kit, which will have dual masters and a brake bias bar, so better fuel and slightly more accurate. Yeah, so I guess I'll crawl under the car and get to work. Say hello.
Hello.
But yes, that is the plan. Car and jack stand. Angus has been measuring up PPFs and props. I need to shorten both and finish making the custom PPF and the custom prop. But first I need to get the diff in there so I can actually measure everything properly. I mean, I can show you the underside of the car. Not an awful lot to see other than the prop and a PPF under there. I shouldn't need to modify the RX-7 PPF too much. It will literally be lock the end off and glue the... Well, can't glue aluminum to... what's it? Steel. Sorry, I'm a bit flat. I've been driving 8 hours today. Pretty much use this fantastic van to tow a first-gen RX-7 up to get acid dipped. Have a photo. Yes. But anyway, diff. Once the diff is in, that can help me measure everything up. I am going to change out the diff itself. So rather than be the automatic LSD, it will be it'll probably still be a 3.9 ratio. I might put in, you can put a 4.7 out of an R3, and there's many different ratios you can put in these. But I'm going to change the LSD type probably to a gripper. They've had good success in the pickup truck racing that I used to help out with, and I mean still do, but this is my priority in the evenings now. And some of the Caterhams and Clears and stuff like that. So that is the plan, and then I can finalise my measurements and drawings, because so far I'm going off of measurements off of a car in the workshop, but I can't really say for certain, so that's like a rough measurement, and I'd rather have the diff in there. I can measure it, life is good. Thankfully, all the poly bushes on the underside of this car are actually still in pretty good nick. I'm standing here because this is just an interesting thing to look at. I've got to re-weld up the manifold, but yeah, turbo MX-5. And then we should have turbo RX-7 with an MX-5 engine. Much funniness. Alright, I'll pick the camera back up once the diff is actually installed in the car. So, the Abomination, which is the workshop. This is our 4 racing. Very nice car. Pretty much, there. Look. Wow, all 4 of them. Yeah, I thought I'd explain what I'm trying to do on my car with the car that's currently on the lift, because I can't really see an awful lot under here. Obviously, the rear half of our PPF is going to stay the same. Where it's going to change is at the front, where we're going to chop it off about here, and we're going to just pretty much create a little U-joint or a U-shaped joiner to go around the prop, which is just here. And because the MX-5 box bolts onto the other side. There was a chap in the comments who did actually message me a few times, giving me some good advice on different engine options. I am going to stick with MX-5 for now, at least, because I'm kind of committed to that. And well, I know the engines, so we're going to keep with the whole MX-5 idea. Yeah. To be fair, I think we're going to try and run the exhaust a similar route. The only bit that's changing on my car is where it goes up through this side. We'll be changing it to go up through that side where the starter is. On the MX-5 starts on this side, so that is also fine. There's not an awful lot that's really changing up here. It's mainly just having the PPF mounted on the other side of the gearbox and making sure the prop still fits. Well, yeah, I thought it would be easier to explain on the lift, even if this is not the Tower Attack car. So, diff. We can have a bit of progress. Yes, we're also doing brake lines. I've been slowly relocating brake and fuel lines from this side of the car to the other side of the car, because this is a hot side and I don't want to melt stuff and it'll catch fire. I mean, catching fire, not too preferable. But yes, this can be installed here. Once this is installed, pardon me, we can get this PPF attached loosely, get the prop on it loosely. I do need to rebuild this and shim it anyway, but it is a manual 4.1 ratio, I believe. Anyway, try not to waffle too much. Actually, we did get some of the engine loom out of the parts car outside, so that is at least a bit of progress. But yeah, let's get this attached under there, and then hopefully we can make a bit more progress on the rest of this, because the diff side has been holding us back for a while. So, keen observers will notice this does not appear to be a PPF mounted to a gearbox. This seems to be me swearing on wires and slowly figuring out pinouts. This is my template. The template, yeah, I got the piece of metal, cut the piece of metal, placed the metal somewhere, don't know where it is. But if you have a look under here, you can at least see the PPF kind of supported at that end. Yeah, I was also relocating the fuel lines. There's one other job I've been doing. I just realised there's another torch under there. I probably could have used that. That one might actually also have battery. But anyway, currently figuring out pinouts for the engine loom, figuring out what I do and don't need. We have a label maker so that we can label the pinouts. Because although these pinouts are well known, these ones I can't really find a lot of info on it. So I'm just figuring it out the old-fashioned way. So, wiring, boring wiring. This has been labelled. Very good, very nice. Now, we just need to wire it up to the RX-7 clocks. These are the clocks that I originally got with my FD. He has, however, missed a few of these. So we've got an airbag light and a high beam light for some reason, which aren't attached. However, not terribly needed. We just need to make these things here, connect into this here. So then all I need is a speedo, fuel, and I need to figure out speedometer, but anyway, lots of stuff. We have a PPF mounted now. We've got other bits. I need to finish up a few other small things. We've got the front slam done, so this bumper can't actually be pulled off now. Yes, these are just dangling. I need to redraw some extra holes here. And we've got the lower bits done. Intercoolers mounted, all of this fun boring stuff. I think I'm going to cool it for this video because, to be fair, although I have said in one of the up-and-coming RS6 videos, which I'm waiting for parts on, I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks rather than every week because, content and all that kind of fun stuff. And actually being somewhat interesting. Not that this is actually somewhat interesting, but it's more interesting than it would have been if I only filmed 1 week. So, as we spaghettify this to this, we will catch up in the next episode where hopefully this is all in. I have an ME442 ECU standalone that will get connected to this, at which point we can start seeing how much of this loom is working, complete, and useful in this, shitbox. So, time for a serious, probably relatively boring talk. Here is the car. The car is still slowly being built. I'm still working most evenings on this. And I still really want to get out on time for Cadwell Park, May 4th. It's currently March 16th, I think. Which means we have under 50 days left. And there's lots of things. I need a competition bucket seat, harnesses, fire extinguisher, electrical cutoff switch. I need to build the engine to hold the power that I want to run. If not, it's not the biggest issue. I can run the engine lower power. I won't be competitive, but hey, it'll be nice for a test day. But I think 250 horsepower just is not enough to be remotely competitive unless someone doesn't even attend or doesn't finish. The tasks remaining are too large given the time frame and a good bit of testing. Which means I will get the car out for a round this season. I can't promise it will be Cadwell, which is unfortunate. I will try. I'll keep trying. I'll keep plugging away and pulling, the midnight shift or the graveyard shift, trying to get this car done on time. But I have to also think realistically that it's not going to be done in time. There's still too many bits that need to be fabricated properly. The engine mounts, yes, they're in the car, but I do need to finalise the holes and actually get them connected in and bolted in, so then the engine can't move. The PPF is mounted up on the adapter plate. I need to take the PPF and the diff off and get it all welded up properly. And I also need to have the little wrappy over bit. But there's just so many other big question marks. So there's a few companies which have sponsored it, but none of the parts that they've sent have arrived yet. And because I don't want to badmouth anyone, I'm not going to name names. But it just does throw a fairly large spanner in the works, which is an issue. But we'll get there. It will race this year. I don't think it will be Cadwell, but fingers crossed. It might be. There's a slim chance. But thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we can have a bit more progress, maybe a bit more life, get it cranking, and maybe firing up next episode, which will be a huge hurdle done, at which point then it's the more mediocre, less serious stuff to tackle next. But thank you very much. Like and subscribe, or don't. Tell me your views and opinions. There's been a few good bits of feedback in the comments. I normally do reply to it, so thank you very much. Toodaloo, and bye-bye.